If you're like me, you grew up in the 70s and the 80s, and you didn't have a phone to carry around with you. Your phone was too big. It was in the kitchen, had a big curly cord on it. But you wanted to talk to your friends whenever you could. Well, you could, thanks to walkie-talkies. So let's look at some wacky, crazy, fun walkie-talkies that we grew up on. It might be a silly name, walkie-talkie. I mean, is that the official name of it? Because I can't imagine soldiers coming up with that name. Take these into the battlefield. Well, what do you do with them? You walk and you talk on it. Let's call it a walkie-talkie. Makes no sense whatsoever, you know. Everything else has like a badass, kick-ass name. But walkie-talkies were a lot of fun. And as a kid, let's be honest, they were crap. But it seemed like we kept asking for them over and over again. And we were always disappointed. One, they wouldn't really work that far. Your friend would stand behind a tree and you would stand like next to the tree. And then sometime your grandma would buy you one and have a damn cord on it. But they made a lot of walkie-talkies. And we're going to take a look at a lot of them. About 44 of these. Yeah, don't hold me to that, but there's around 40 of them. So, I mean, we got pop culture walkie-talkies. We got regular walkie-talkies. We got rack toy walkie-talkies. Let's take a look at them. And we'll start with one of those rack toys, one of those cheap toys. That's really not a walkie-talkie. You just walk around and you talk in it, and, you know, it's a pretend walkie-talkie. This one here is the walkie-talkie Commander. Yeah, you can act like you're a police officer, it says, or just, I don't know, was that a spy or a military guy? And one thing good about walkie-talkies is there were two of them. So it's buy one, get one free. It wasn't like you bought one and then you tell your friend to tell his mom to go get him one so y'all can talk on it. No, you get one, you say, here, you go home with yours, I go home with mine, and it's a lot of fun. At least we thought it was going to be a lot of fun. Check out this one right here. Yeah, can you believe it? A He-Man and Skeletor walkie-talkie set. Look at this. And it's got a cord on it. Yeah, you thought that was some kind of rope in the background to tie up He-Man fans, but nope. It's a walkie-talkie with a cord on it. And so it's kind of got like a phone look to it, but that's it, a walkie-talkie. And this was, I think this was late 60s. It's a weird looking, but the 60s were weird when it comes to the space age stuff, and everything had to have space theme, you know. Everything had to be an astronaut or an alien or something has to do with space. I mean, they were really into their space stuff in the 60s. How about Vegas? Anybody remember that television show? Yeah, what was that, Robert Urich? Is that who was on it? I think I saw him on an episode of Love Boat one time. Could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. But I know when you think Vegas, you don't think kid toys, but there were a lot of these cheap toys released under the Vegas logo, and there it is, some weird looking walkie-talkies. Look like something to play one of them peg games with, like at Cracker Barrel if it was on your triangle, of course. But walkie-talkie set, 4-foot cord. Oh, who wants a cord? And then you look at this one, another walkie-talkie with a cord, 60s. This one looks horrible, and it's got a cord. Look at them. What good is the cord? Hey, you go stand over there, I'll stand over here, we can talk to each other. I hear you. Yeah, I know you hear me. We were standing we're in the same room. It wasn't worth it. It was not. And then you have another cheap one, the CB walkie-talkie. They like to throw the word CB in some of these because Citizen Band Radio was really big in the 70s. So you wanted to get both markets. You wanted the kids that really loved walkie-talkies and the kids that were really into CB 10, 4, what's your 20. You know, you wanted those kids. You wanted a kid. I don't know how many of them is, but there was some 8-year-olds out there that listen to Red Sylvain. And I don't know who's going to even get that reference. I mean, I'm dating myself. Simon and Simon. When you click this video, you didn't think you'd see a Simon and Simon toy because there are not many of them out there, but here's one. Simon and Simon walkie-talkies. Well, telescopic antenna. Antenna, right? Antenna. Anyway, I like these. Something about getting a walkie-talkie and pulling it out just made you feel like a badass. I'm like shoving it back in. Like 10-4, I'm out. Slam that antenna back down. I love that. Or you could pull it all the way out, then act like you stabbed yourself with it. And it would look like it was going into your chest because it's going into, man. A lot of fun. But this one here, you can tell, is on a piece of cardboard. It didn't work good at all. I'm sure it didn't work good. And another He-Man one here, kind of boring one. It's Castle Grayskull. Looks like Castle Grayskull's wearing a shield with a battle axe and his sword. Nah, I don't know about this. I just don't like this one. How about two walkie-talkies. That's right, 2 of them. And this one has the famous Morse code. This was really big to put on walkie-talkies. I don't really know why, but yeah, they wanted to really put these on walkie-talkies. You have a little cheat sheet. Okay, beep, beep, beep. That means something. And nobody ever said try to figure it out. What you would do, you get your friend. You say, hey, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Put it to your ear. And you put it to your ear, and you go, beep, and you That's what you would do. Nobody ever really cared about using that walkie-talkie. I mean, that Morse code. How about the A-Team? Ooh, that's B.A. Baracus. That stands for badass or bad attitude. Maybe a little bit of both. B.A. the A-Team. 2 solid state, 3 transmitter walkie-talkie. That's just fancy words that the kids will say, look, Mom, this walkie-talkie is so good, it works in 2 states. No. It's horrible. And it has, this one meets the FCC standards. Now, I will tell you a little secret here. A lot of times, maybe not every time, you could pick up the CB, you could pick up the walkie-talkie in your neighborhood on your radio. At least I had a big fancy radio. Had a dial so you could really tune it in. As far as everything got digital. And it had all kind. It had like UHF you could pick up and everything. But there was we could tune in to the kid named Jeff, who loved to play softball. Jeff here, we could pick it up and hear his walkie-talkie. Well, it was weird because if you had the walkie-talkie, you couldn't hear each other, in the next room. But he was up the street and we could hear him. And I think he just talked to himself. You could hear him playing in his room. He was like, "This is Commander Jeff coming at you," and it was crazy. We laugh and giggle about it. And I don't think he ever knew people were listening to him. Crazy. So let's get back in here. Move over 18. We're gonna look at this one right here. Patrol. You could also pick up cell phones. When we're the wireless phones people had in their house. Yeah, house next door. Could pick her up too. Anyway, patrol phone. Look at this one. It's like late 60s, I think. And it 45-foot cord. Let's move on. How about Centrons? Yeah, if you want your walkie-talkie to look like a metal robot, this is what you get right here. Look at him. Even that kid in that little red shirt look like he's having a lot of fun. More fun than I would have had with him. How about this walkie-talkie set right here? And I like the picture of this because it kind of, for a second, reminded me of Star Blazers. Remember that? Star Blazers. And it has the floppy antenna. And this one had a little cap on it you can pull up. It had a little spring in it. Well, I had a friend that had some antennas like this, and he'd get mad if you bend them. I was like, hey, they're okay. They're made of rubber. They're okay to bend. How about this one? Action Force, a fake G.I. Joe. You don't got to tell me in the comments. I don't care. There it goes, right there. It comes with a Duracell battery. Knock that off my shoulder. Remember that? But there he is. Look at that guy. He's like, yeah, walkie-talkie. And hopefully it comes with 2. It shows the key with 1, but hopefully it comes with 2. How about Batman and Robin? This is a weird looking walkie-talkie. Look like something you're going to pick it up and say, Sarah, give me my pilot. This thing screams old-fashioned. But there it is. Batman and Robin walkie-talkie. How about the real Ghostbusters? Look at that big button. Just clicking that button makes me kind of want to get one just so I can click that button on it. Oh, the real, what's this? Solid state. Why do they keep calling this solid state? Let's see that a lot on the packages. Walkie-talkie by the real Ghostbusters. You can pick this thing up and say, hey, Eugene, it's Slimer. Get over here. Why you want me to get over there? Is there a ghost over there or something? Yeah. Well, get on the walkie-talkie and call Ghostbusters. Something like that. But here's another real Ghostbusters. Uh-oh. This is Eugene calling all the Ghostbusters. We got a Slimer in the house. So you don't even need a walkie-talkie if you got a good hand. How about this one right here? Is that Transformers? It doesn't say Transformers on it. Looks like Transformers. Maybe it's a generic Transformer. It looks like a big banana yellowphone. Big banana yellowphone, what it looks like. And we got, look at this, LGN stepping up to the plate with a big jumbo walkie-talkie. Woo, 2 of them. You're like, you get Chunky got that little walkie-talkie. Look at what I got. He pulled out this big old walkie-talkie like this. I would have walkie-talkie envy, I tell you. And how about another G.I. Joe? G.I. Joe. This is cool because I like my walkie-talkies to look like military or police or just a regular walkie-talkie. I didn't like my walkie-talkies to look like, like a robot or anything. So there we go. Walkie-talkie G.I. Joe style. And how about CB walkie-talkie? Dukes of Hazzard. That's right. It's Bo and Luke Duke. That's not Corey and Vance. And you had to put CB on this one because, you know, kids growing up watching Dukes, they like the CB. So you had to put a little bit of get both kids on it. And yeah, I know Uncle Jesse and Daisy is on the picture right there. And you got Alvin from Alvin and the Chickmunks. Now this one of them should have been Simon. One of them should have been Theodore. I don't know why they're both Alvin. And should have let you, speaker should have had talking to the mouth of it. I don't know, this is just, like I said, I like the ones that look like a walkie-talkie you would use, not like a character. No. And why is it always two? Why wouldn't it three? How about this one right here? Now, that's an old walkie-talkie, and that's about how close you have to stand to each other to get it to work. Like, hey, Bill, do you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. All right, these things are great, aren't they, Bill? I don't know. I ain't got mine turned on yet. And with Transformers, it's the same one. It's still like the same box. Oh, he's holding a big ray gun. And that's Transformer, combat communicator walkie-talkie. Pretty cool if you're in Transformers. I bet you like to pick this one up. And how about, this has got to be 90s. X-Men, Wolverine, Sabretooth, come in. It's Wolverine. I need some help out here. That's what you would do with this one. You had to play the part. If you're going to get a theme walkie-talkie, you got to play the part. And how about this one? It looks kind of like a phone. Back into the late 80s, early 90s, started trying to make them look like phones and early cell phones. I don't know about this one. Exclusive. A giraffe walkie-talkie. I don't even know what it's trying to. I don't even know what that. I don't know about that one. How about this one right here? This is some stupid, nerdy, geek shit right here. Communicator, and it's got a cord, runs down your side. You put it over here for your walkie-talkie. That would be cool if they found a way to make the walkie-talkie where you just hit the communicator and talk. But no. You got the communicator, I guess, as a speaker. I don't even know why you need all that. The kids play with Next Generation stuff. I know I bought a lot of Next Generation stuff, but I was in my 20s and a fan of Next Generation. Was there any kids out there playing with this? Was there kids out there buying like the Playmates figures and playing with them? I don't know. How about, now this doesn't make sense because it's kind of like the one from the show, you know. Captain's log 27643-47- beam me up, Scotty. That's what you know. Everybody said beam me up, Scotty, and this one has the antenna on it. You got Spock there saying, "This is Dr. Spock. It's time to deliver that baby." Yeah, I remember that episode. And it, come on, Star Wars. This was the 90s. It was Tiger Electronic, but they try to make it look like you was working at a call center with the headgear on and everything. Haka P-side. It's an ugly mess. Don't even look anything like Star Wars. How about this is one where they try to start making them look like cell phones, and this one's from Sprint. Sprint's like, hey, we got the mom and dad in here buying cell phones. Let's sell a walkie-talkie to the kids. Here it is. It's 4 transmissions walkie-talkie. Oh, that's just sad. And here, now this is about the walkie-talkie I remember. One like it with the big orange button on it, the Morse code label and everything. This is the one I think most kids had, the one close to it. I don't remember us kids having much of a theme one like some of these we've looked at. This is the one that you would play with for about half a day and you realize this is crap. Because when you get it, you think, okay, you take the walkie-talkie home, I'll take the walkie-talkie home. At night, when we go to bed and parents are like, shut up, it's bedtime, we'll get the walkie-talkies out. We'll be like, hey, tomorrow at school, you gonna pass a note over to Rebecca? No, she's a fat bitch. And, you know, but it would never work. It would never work because maybe if he came to your house and stood outside your window, it might work, but that defeats the purpose. And how about a super spy walkie-talkie? No batteries needed. And that's because I think it's plastic and doesn't do anything. If it does, it probably has a cord on it. Here's another one with Batman, Bat Coders. Send some codes with your Batman walkie-talkie set right there. And GoBots, the gay cousin to the Transformers. GoBots walkie-talkie. I wonder if it transforms. Yeah, it transforms into a robot. Hey, you talking to that robot? Or is that a walkie-talkie? And look at... Well, that's something you might see from Space Giants. Remember that kid used to blow that whistle? I admit, this is stupid, it's crap, but I would have wanted it as a kid. I think this is more like 60s, early 70s maybe. I would have liked it. If they did a Luke Skywalker one back in '77, I would have wanted it. Oh, how about this one? Another cheap rack toy. It's on a damn cord. Does your voice go down the cord and everything? Is it like those you got to pull it really tight like those can when you make your phone? I don't know if anybody ever really did that. I think that's what they did in the 1920s when the Great Depression hit. You know, you get the can and make a phone out of it. And then you got... What? An animated Bruce Campbell as Superman? Walkie-talkie set? That is just strange. And very creepy looking. Here we go. RoboCop. Lewis, come in. I'm under fire. What's wrong? What's wrong, Peter? They just shot my hand off. Who did it? Hey, who's in an ambulance? Who's shooting you? It's Red Foreman. So you could have a lot of fun. with a RoboCop walkie-talkie set. How about this one right here? I had to put this one on because I'm so confused by it. Because it looks like somebody took some generic walkie-talkies and wrapped electrical tape all around it. Why they just went crazy with electrical tape. Wrapped the whole thing up. It is police force walkie-talkie set. This is just crazy. I don't understand this one at all. And now let's get into the girl walkie-talkies and Barbie. Oh man, you saw your brother and his friends playing with a walkie-talkie? Well, now you gotta go get a walkie-talkie. And she's gonna push that button to talk to you. You can just sit the walkie down for about an hour because she's gonna tell you about what time she went to the mall, she went shopping for a dress, she's gonna blah 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 blah. And you're gonna be like, I didn't even know the walkie-talkie worked in the kitchen. And how about this one right here? My Little Freaking Pony. My Little Pony with a jumbo mess cord. Can you imagine that? Little Sally's coming over. She wants to play with the little pony walkie-talkie set. He pulled it out of the junk drawer because everybody's got a junk drawer. He spent 45 minutes trying to untangle this mess so she can play with it for about 2 minutes. And this was Barbie. She wanted to be the Zach Morris with this big old pink cell phone. And I bet there was some little stupid 8-year-old Barbie high maintenance girl trying to be walking around like she was. You ain't talking to nobody. One thing, it's a walkie-talkie. It's not a cell phone like you're perpetrating like it is. And second off, nobody wants to talk to an 8-year-old on the phone. Maybe grandma for about 2 minutes, if that long. Nobody, an 8-year-old don't have anything to say to anybody. And walkie-talkie garbage package, kids. And she put a little boy on the package. Ugh. That little girl's probably like, hey, Bobby, you want to come over and see my cabbage patch? And he's like, oh, yeah, I waited for this. Hey, Mom, I'm going to see Caroline's cabbage patch. I seen them in Daddy's magazines. I seen them in a video cassette the brother has, but I ain't never seen one in real life. And you get over there, and there's her doll collection. Ugh. Guess it could be worse. It could be the boy calling the girl. Hey, this is Russ. My grandma just made me a brand new Cash Patch doll. Want to come over and look at it? No, I'm not coming because no girl wants to come to a boy's house to check out their homemade Cabbage Patch doll that their grandma made for him. And I think that's only happened to my buddy Russ. His grandma made a Cabbage Patch doll for him. I give him hell for that. But I guess that's it. That's a look at a bunch of walkie-talkies. Tell me about some you had, how crappy they were, and tell me about how you were. You had a good one. You had the real one. It worked really good. No, it didn't. Let me know that in the comments below.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.